This game is T and is not suitable for kids. Alright, we're continuing the May route today. Sunohara siblings, this is the save file. I don't know how much of the route we have left, but I'm thinking it'll probably get finished up pretty quickly. Anyhow, let's continue, shall we? Alright, so we're here in class. So yeah, this was after Sunohara refused to, like, save May from us, basically, where we made him think that we were getting romantically involved with her, even though we're not. Alright, Sunohara. I call out to him the moment I get to school.
Ah, Okazaki ka. Nanka yo.
He's straining himself to act normally. However, no matter what, he won't make eye contact with me. You and Mei-chan haven't met since then, have you?
会ってないね。
Aren't you worried about her?
なんでお前がそんなこと言うんだよ。だいたいさ、なんで僕がメイのこと気にしないといけないのさ。早苗さんとのことで忙しいしさ。
Are you seriously saying that?
本気だよ。
Oh yeah, and we were trying to get the soccer team to accept him back into the team, but that didn't work out.
これからもっと忙しくなるかな。前に言ったよね。告白するって。4月も終わったし、今日こそ決めるつもりだよ。そうなるとますます時間なくなっちゃうな。
We should tell him that Sanai is Nagisa's mother,
やべ、
not her sister.
体が持つかな。
You are so gross. You.
そういうわけだからさ。もうメイのことなんか
She's
ど
your
うでもいいっていう
sister.
かさ。
Why are you still trying to act tough?
強がってなんかいません。
You're not worried?
メイがどうなろうと知ったことじゃないね。
Wow, dude. Really? Can you knock this off already?
何怒ってるんだよ。ま、あいつも僕のことなんか気にしてないだろうしさ。
Sunohara! Driven by my anger, I grab him by the collar. My chair falls down and a loud noise resounds in the classroom.
なんだよお前。つうか、わけわかんないぞ。
What do you think Mei-chan is doing right now?
知らないね、そんなこと。どうせお前と仲良くやってるんだろ。僕には関係のないことだよ。
Try grabbing any of the soccer club guys and ask them about what they think of Mei-chan. Maybe then you'll understand just how much she believes in you.
わけわかんねえって言ってるだろ。話せよ。なんだよ。やんのかよ、岡崎。
I can sense spectators are gradually starting to gather as we glare at each other. The classroom, which had been as silent as death up until now, turned hectic in one fell swoop. When the teacher comes up to us to intervene, I let go of his hand. From within the thick crowd of people, I start heading toward the door. The students hurriedly make a path for me. Some class president or another comes in, shouting at me to stop. I ignore her and leave the school. I skipped my afternoon classes. I mean, that's not new for you. Instead, I go to the park where Sunohara and Sanai-san had arranged to meet for their previous date. It's so I can see Sanai-san. When I look around, I notice Sanai-san sitting on a bench ahead of me. Sanai-san. I call out as I walk toward her.
あら、岡崎さん。
Why are you cutting school? She turns around, giving me a sweet smile. She's super nice. You got a minute?
ごめんなさい。ちょっと待ってもらえますか？
She looks at me slightly apologetically. I hadn't noticed earlier, but Sanai-san is surrounded by several elementary school students. It looks like she's telling them something.
というわけで、女の子はいじめられても嬉しくはありません。
Oh my gosh, is she like not quite lecturing the kids who were bullying the girl, but like giving them a talking to?
でも、優しくされるときっと喜ぶはずですよ。
Aww, she's super nice. The boys are all listening to her intently.
もちろん、いきなりそうするのは難しいと思います。最初はほんの少しでいいですから、その子のことを考えてあげてください。
Oh my gosh.
まずは 謝ることから始めてみまし
Okay,
ょう
I
か。
can see where Nagisa got her politeness from, for sure. They all nod in unison to her words.
わかりましたね。
They all reply in a loud shout. And then they all run off, their rucksacks shaking on their backs as they give her their farewells.
さて、
Aww.
ごめんなさい、岡崎さん。
Ah, not at all. Who were those kids just now?
覚えていませんか？
No, are you saying we met somewhere?
ほら、前に陽平くんとめいちゃんとお出かけした時です。女の子がいじめられていましたよね。
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I remember that.
あの子たちはその時いじめていた男の子です。
Huh? Wait, but why were you talking to them?
そうした方がいいと思ったからです。そうしないと根本的な解決にはならないですよね。
Very true. So just now, you were...
ちょっとお説教です。でもみんないい子でしたよ。
Aww.
話せばちゃんと分かってくれる子です。
So that's what you were doing. As always, this woman. She makes me admire her, and she amazes me.
それで今日はどうしましたか？珍しいですね、こんな時間に。あれ？でも今は5時間目ぐらいのはずです。授業はどうされたんですか？
I skipped.
それはいけないことですね。
Now she's gonna lecture us.
勉強はちゃんとしないと。
I agree with you, Sanai-san, but Tomoya don't care. Sanai-san. I talk over her, changing the conversation. There's something important I'd like to talk to you about. It's about Sunahara and Mei-chan. Please listen.
はい。
She must have sensed how serious I am about this. She nods, her expression serious. I tell Sanai-san everything. About the reason Mei-chan came to this town. About the state her brother was in when she came here. About the time gap between now and when he was a reliable person. And finally about what Mei-chan has been doing recently, along with her wish. I tell her everything, omitting no details.
なるほど。わかりました。
She's probably the only adult that Tomoya could actually, like, trusts enough to tell about all this about. Which really should say something, because he barely knows her. Tomoya doesn't have many good adults in his life. I have something I'd like to ask you, Sanai-san.
何でしょうか？
You'll be having a date with Sunahara today, right?
そう約束しました。
Well, should it be that he looks troubled about something during that time? Or seems worried about something? Then please try reminding him of Mei-chan. Because if you don't, then Mei-chan will...
はい。そうですね。そうなってはいけませんね。
Yes, so...
でも岡崎さん、それは心配ないと思いますよ。
Huh?
ここ最近なんとなく気づいていました。陽平くんはいつも何か不安げにしているみたいでした。本当は分かっているはずです。きっと今しなくちゃいけないことをするはずです。やればできる子ですよ。
Really? I don't know about that. Sanai-san. I see. Just now I finally realized why she's been helping us so much. I think back on the children that all obediently listened to Sanai-san earlier. We're probably just like them. The day we met, when she saw Sunahara indiscreetly spitting out insults. She must have thought that she just had to do something. That must be why she's helping us so much. She's got a heart of pure gold.
そう信じています。必ず気づいてくれると思います。私ができることがあるとすれば、少しだけ背中を押してあげることだけですよ。だから岡崎さんももう少しだけあの子のことを信じてもらえませんか？
Okay. Right now, all I can do is agree. I wonder, is Sunahara really thinking about Mei-chan at all? Will he really turn out to be dependable like Mei-chan said? There's this feeling I can't get rid of. The sun starts setting as if representative of that.
大丈夫です。
That same day, Mei-chan is standing at the school gates again. When she sees me and we exchange greetings, she gives me a sweet smile.
お兄ちゃんは分かってくれます。絶対分かってくれます。だから私も頑張りたいです。お兄ちゃんが元のお兄ちゃんに戻れるように。
Yeah, you're right. I already knew this, but she plans on facing the soccer club again. I'd like to help her too. I want to grant Mei-chan's wish. But at the same time, I don't want to expose her to those scornful eyes anymore. I don't want her to get hurt anymore. Let's say today ends the same way as yesterday. Or what if they do something even worse to her? Sanai-san, if that happens, I probably won't be able to.
またお前か。
The coach looks obviously annoyed upon seeing us. The surrounding club members are still stretching, so practice is probably yet to start.
ごめんなさい。お忙しいところ。またお願いに来ました。
お願いって昨日のことか。で、部員は許可出したのか。
それは。
No, she didn't, because the club members are tools.
おい、誰か来ていいって言ったのか。
誰も言ってないっすよ。
The captain's sarcastic laugh resounds through the club room, and suddenly others start laughing as well.
許可取ってくるって言っただろうが。あれは嘘か。
嘘じゃありません。監督さんと部員さんと含めてお願いに来たんです。
練習の邪魔だ。帰れ。
邪魔にならないようにします。
They could be a little less rude. Come on.
邪魔だって言ってんだろ。
じゃあお手伝いさせてください。
手伝いだ。
はい。迷惑かけないようにしますから。何でもやりますから。
なんでも。
Well, this is a dangerous precedent, May. Dangerous
何で
offer.
もです。
メイちゃん、じゃあ僕の相手してよ。
She's 13. A vulgar voice comes out amidst the club members.
つうか脱げよ。
Oh, I would beat their asses right now.
脱げ脱げ。
She's 13! These guys are gross. What started as almost a whisper soon evolves into a big shouting chorus. Mei-chan's face becomes bright red and she hangs her head in shame. These guys.
やめんかお前ら。お前も本気にするんじゃない。バカか。
Yeah, I would have given them a way stricter shout than that, director.
ごめんなさい。でもお手伝いしたいのは本当です。何かできることがあればお願いします。
ち、
お願いします。
ボール拾いでもしてろ。
あ、
わかったな。
はい。
The sound of a whistle can be heard from the schoolyard. After finishing their light jogging and passing practice, the club members gather up in front of the goal in droves.
シュート練習。
When the coach shouts out, the players form up a line and shoot their balls away. Apparently, the setup is such that one person acts as a go-between, having each player shoot after doing a 1-2 pass. We lean up against the two sides of the goal, where balls are most likely to miss.
岡崎さん、ごめんなさい。付き合わせてしまいました。
Don't worry about that. Didn't I tell you I'd stay with you until the end?
ありがとうございます。
This is the extent to which Mei-chan is prepared to go. She'll do whatever it takes. That's the feeling I got from her. We can hear the goalkeeper shouting enthusiastically from the grounds. It seems training is about to start. The soccer members shoot the ball one after another. One member fails to shoot correctly and the ball soars high over the net. It flies all the way to the fence at the end of the sports ground.
取ってこい
Immediately, a shout comes our way.
わかりました。
You don't have to, I'll go get it. I gently keep Mei-chan, who's about to start running, in check. It's quite a distance to the fence, so when I finally get there, I'm slightly out of breath. I take the ball under my arm and quickly head back. At that moment, with almost calculated timing, another ball is kicked into the air. In a large arc, it goes flying to the opposite side of the field from where I am. If that happens, obviously it would mean that Mei-chan would have to go fetch it. Are these guys doing this on purpose? Yeah, I'm sure they are. They're tools. Mei-chan frantically runs after it with her small body. When she comes back, she's gasping for breath, her shoulders heaving.
遅えんだよ
ごめんなさい。
You guys are the worst. She rolls the ball back to them, like even the rugby players are not this unlikable. At almost the exact same time, another ball goes flying all the way back to the fence.
ポケットすんな取ってこい
Maybe you guys should get good. Hold it, Mei-chan. Rest for a bit.
でも
I'll go get this one. So you catch your breath in the meantime. And right as I say that, yet another ball goes off course. In a direction different from the shot before.
何やってんださっさと行ってこいよ
Why are these guys being so... such jerks? They're doing this on purpose. Ugh, like it doesn't benefit them in any way.
平気です。私行ってきますね。
She forces a smile and runs off. I run too, grinding my teeth all the way. She makes the round trip at full speed until she's finally back at the goalpost. Mei-chan's face had turned pale and her chest heaves violently up and down.
もっと早くしろよ
ごめんなさい。
CLANNAD has succeeded at making me want to punch fictional characters better than almost anything else I've ever experienced. Several people fire off their shots after that. Although this time, none of the balls fly as far as before. That's good. I'm glad they're giving Mei-chan at least a bit of a reprieve. However, even this is only temporary. A small shriek. Something whooshes right between the two of us.
よし
I can't tell whether the cheering came from the person shooting the ball or the people around him. But could it be he did that on purpose?
こういうこともありますよね。ボール取ってきます。
Hold it, Mei-chan. As I say this, yet another ball goes flying high in the sky.
岡崎サボんなよ
Damn it. I sprint at full speed. I'm uneasy about leaving Mei-chan alone, so I want to get back as quickly as possible. But the ball flew into a grove of trees, so finding it takes some time. I finally find it and bring it back. Mei-chan? And when I look back, I find Mei-chan lying down, holding her stomach. If they kicked her in the stomach or kicked the ball into her stomach, heads will roll. What's wrong?
ボールがちょっと当たってしまいまして。
You got hit? Is that true? Are you sure you didn't get hit? Do you think they might have hit you on purpose?
違いますよ。ちょっとぼーっとしてたら避け損なっちゃっただけです。
No. No, they're intentionally going after you.
鈍いですね。そんな心配するほどのことじゃないですよ。あ、また来た。行ってきますね。
She goes up to the ball that's slowly rolling over the field. I hurriedly try following after her. Whoa! A powerful shot comes flying over as if to cut me off. Just for a moment I hesitate. During that time, Mei-chan bends over trying to pick up the ball. There's a sharp sound. The sound of leather on skin. The shot hits her right on the thigh. Mei-chan! I hurriedly rush up to her as she's crouched down.
大丈夫ですよ。平気です。
She's a tough cookie.
ボール。
The ball continues to roll across the ground. She tries to grab it, but she's unsteady on her feet. She staggers twice, 3 times, until... her body violently collapses onto the ground. I make a grab for her, but I'm too late. Mei-chan has fallen over, lying right on top of the ball. Then suddenly I can hear laughter coming from the club members. Kick their butts, Tomoya. However, Mei-chan will absolutely not allow herself to cry. Biting her lip, she stands up and throws back the ball.
また言ったぞ休むな
Although she walks unsteadily, she still goes after the ball with the utmost determination. She goes after every ball with everything she has, no matter how far it flies. Even when they shoot a ball at her, and even when it hits her. She gets up every time and continues fetching for them. Why are you going this far? I can't help but think that. How are you able to? Tsunohara, look what your little sister is going through right now. Just where the hell are you? He's on his date. Once it gets deep into the evening, the practice finally comes to an end. Mei-chan was holding her stomach the entire time. Does it hurt?
平気ですよ。なんでもないです。
Hello, Zaidpai! Welcome! You remember chasing balls like that, but without getting hit. I don't really know what kind of practice they were doing, but it seemed like they were all just kicking their balls purposefully as far away to make her suffer. Well, I don't know why the coach was allowing that. I'd planned on protecting her as much as I could. Even so, her delicate body must be covered in bruises by now.
お疲れさん
The captain comes over to us, his cheerfulness a sharp contrast.
いやー悪かったな
I didn't see you doing anything about it, dude.
いえ、とんでもないです。それで兄のことですけど。
あその前にさトンボかけてグラウンド鳴らしといてくれねよろしくな
They're just using her as free labor now. He holds up one hand and quickly withdraws back into the clubroom. For a while, Mei-chan hangs her head, looking discouraged after having her expectations betrayed. That bastard.
よし。
I think they were shooting either penalty shots or setup shots. Okay. But then they're either intentionally missing or they really, really, really suck. Despite that, she soon lifts her head.
やりましょう。
And she promptly goes and grabs the rig. Even though she should already be approaching her physical limits. It's truly painful to watch Mei-chan as she remains facing forward until the bitter end. She rakes the field carefully and then finally opens the door to the clubroom. Only 6 or 7 club members remain, now already changed into their uniforms.
終わりました。
あお疲れ
他の皆さんは。
帰ったよ
え？
だってもう部活終わったからな
でもその話。
まあまあ俺たちが聞いておいてやるからよま他のやつらがそれで納得するかどうかは知らねえけど
そんな。
でなんだっけ
兄の須野原陽平のことです。部に復帰させてほしいと思います。ダメならほんの少しだけでもプレイさせてあげてほしいです。そういうお願いです。
ああそういうことだったなハリーダメだわ
Yep, I expected they were gonna say that. These guys. It's not like I had no expectations here at all. I mean, look at how hard Mei-chan's been working. Does he really not feel anything at all after seeing her like that? Is he not even making an attempt to empathize with her?
つうわけで諦めてくれ
そこをなんとかお願いします。兄にもう一度だけサッカーをやらせてあげてください。
嫌だよ
どうしてですか？
Start a rival soccer club.
だって俺あいつ嫌いなんだよな
嫌い？
この中で好きなやついるか？
Ouch.
いるわけないっすよ。生意気なんだよ。ムカつくよな。
I believe that's a case of the pot calling the kettle black.
絶対一緒にやりたくねえな。
They speak against him unanimously.
ま、そういうわけ。はっきり言おうか。あんたの兄貴、嫌われてるんだよ。
だからダメなんですか？どうしてみんな兄のこと嫌うんですか？
だってヘタレだもん。
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Soccer is fun, but I don't like playing like not professionally, but like official clubs. But like if it's a casual game of soccer, yeah, I can join in, even if I'm not the biggest sports fan.
根性なしってことだよ。弱いくせに吠えるのな。負け犬ってやつ？
負け犬。
Harsh words, but I honestly don't disagree with them on that. Tsunohara is a loser.
サッカーもやめて勉強もできない落ちこぼれ。それって負け犬だろ？
お兄ちゃんが負け犬。
どう考えてもな。
つうかマジ生きてる意味あんの？
Alright, wow. Okay, you know what? Punch him in the face for that one.
ねえな。
なあ妹さん。あんなクズのために頑張る意味なんてあんの？
I wanna kick all these guys' butts.
お兄ちゃんはクズなんかじゃ。
Can we turn this into a fighting game where you play as Tomoya and have to beat up all of the soccer team members? That's what I want.
ゴミでもいいぜ。そもそもさ、あんた知ってるのか？角原さ、あんたがこんな目に遭ってるって知ってるんだぜ。
What?
うちの部員がさ、直接聞かれたらしいんだよ。多分どこかからあんたのこと聞いたんだろうな。
He must have gone and investigated after I told him about Mei-chan. In order to find out where Mei-chan was and what she was doing, what it was she really wished. So now Tsunohara knows. He knows, and despite that, he...
でもどうだ？お前の兄貴全然来ねえじゃん。
それは
見捨てたんだよ。俺たちと揉めるのが怖くなって逃げたんだよ。
救いようがないほどダメなやつだよな。
No, he's not.
今頃うちで震えてんじゃねえの？つうか明日から学校来んのかな？やめちゃうんじゃね？ビビって退学か。角原らしいな。クズにはお似合いだよな。
These guys are actually the worst. All Mei-chan can do is lower her eyelids and withstand those words. Mei-chan, who wouldn't cry no matter how badly she was treated, no matter how much she was hurt. Her shoulders start quivering slightly.
あ、なんかした。
俺のせいかよ。
I think it's all of your faults.
ほら、元気出してね、メイちゃん。てか、いい加減うぜえよ。もう帰っていいですか？泣いてもお兄ちゃんは来てくれねえんだよ。
は？
違うもん。お兄ちゃん来るもん。
Mei-chan.
絶対来るもん。
なんだよそれ。来ねえもんは来ねえって。
来るもん。お兄ちゃんレイを助けに来てくれるもん。絶対に来るもん。
This is getting real sad.
何こいつ。バカじゃねえの？所詮角原の妹ってことだよな。もっと叫ばないとお兄ちゃんに聞こえないよ。
I have officially found the least likable characters in this entire visual novel. He grabs her by the arm and shakes her around. Yep, She's actually crying now. Wow. Kill this guy. Not really, but...
痛いよ
Tomoya! Punch this guy!
ほらお兄ちゃんって言ってみろよ。
お兄ちゃん
そんなんじゃお兄ちゃんは来てくんないぞ。
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん
Why is Tomoya not doing anything? I can't afford to wait any longer. I was past my limit long ago. The only reason I've held back is to respect Mei-chan's wishes. Oh, that's why. And maybe because deep down I believed in that guy too. However, no more. I'm sorry, Mei-chan. Even though I'd planned on just watching over you until the end, I can't just stand and watch any longer. I'm well outnumbered. The ratio's pretty bad, but I don't think I have much choice. Tsunohara. I finally think back on his face, throwing words of resentment at him. However, I quickly shake it off. I make a tight fist. I breathe in deeply, looking straight ahead. Taking a single step forward, I wind up my arm and...
メイを泣かせてるんじゃね
He actually showed up! I see a figure dash in, raining down on him with a flying kick.
えメイをいじめるなメイを泣かせるやつはメイを泣かせるやつは僕が許さねえからな
てめえ。
Yes.
うわ
I hope he brought Tomoyo with him. That would be great. He holds out his fist in the air and strikes out at him. In no time flat, it's turned into a brawl.
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん
You stay back, Mei-chan. Don't worry, your Oni-chan ain't gonna lose. It still sounds weird when I say that. Alright then. I calmly make sure she stepped back and then once more glare at what's in front of me. I can see Tsunohara as the club members try to subdue him. You'd better not forget I'm here too! I throw out my fist and rush straight in. The dull sound of someone being struck reverberates throughout the room. My field of view is filled up by the vast night sky. It hurts like hell to breathe. Desperate for oxygen, I find myself gasping for air. And each time I do, a grating pain spreads through my chest. I'm lying sprawled out on the ground. My clothes and hair are mud-stained, but I don't care at all. The only thing bothering me is the mix of sand and blood starting to dry on my lips.
岡崎
I can hear Tsunohara, who's sprawled out similarly.
勝ったのかな
I don't think anybody wins in a fight, usually. Who knows?
じゃあ負け
I don't think we lost. Probably. I genuinely didn't know whether we won or not. If you're in a bare-knuckle brawl, generally nobody walks out unscathed. I can't remember anything after flying at the soccer club members. All I can recall from there are vague images. But my fist hurts a lot, so I must have been doing a lot of punching. And there's blood sticking down the back of my throat, so they must have done a lot of punching too. But how exactly the whole thing ended, I don't know. You guys are crazy, I could hear the club members spouting such lines as they retreated. Even if we wanted to follow after them, our legs won't move at all. All I remember is me continuing to glare at their backs as they left on unsteady feet. Mei-chan is sitting on the ground, sobbing. I can hear her tearful sobs right next to me. You idiot.
誰がバカだよ
Who else is here but you? I scramble to my feet, despite all the joints in my body hurting like hell. You're a complete and utter idiot. Apologize. Apologize to Mei-chan.
なんで僕が謝らないといけないのさ
Are you still saying these kinds of things? You're a failure as her brother.
なんだって
Mei-chan has gone through so much trouble all because she has you as a brother. Things wouldn't have ended up like this if you had just kept your act together to begin with. You really are a useless older brother. Wow, we're just laying into him.
喧嘩売ってるのか
I guess. Tsunohara gets up too, his swollen face pointing a sharp gaze my way all the while. Even as we stagger along, we continue to glare at each other until we're so close our chests are touching.
やめてください
At this point, neither of us can hear Mei-chan's delicate voice. You filthy idiot! Tsunohara's face received the full blunt of my headbutt. He staggers backward, holding his nose, and I jump him, pinning him to the ground. Tsunohara, don't screw with me! I sit on top of him and grab him by his blonde hair. Just what do you think Mei-chan has been going through all because of you? I punch him with everything I have. Just how miserable do you think she's been? 2 free times I strike him clean in the face. It's all because of you! Why can't you just get your act straight? Aren't you her Oni-chan? That sounds so weird. From now on, I'm just gonna say older brother there. His wounds are opening up again, and blood is now pouring from his forehead and nose. Apologize! Apologize to Mei. The blood gushing out scatters onto the sports grounds, dyeing it a deep black. Dang, wow. Is he okay? What? His eyes have reddened underneath his swollen eyelids. I can tell at a glance that he's glaring at me.
Okazaki.
He suddenly throws out his hand and forcefully grabs my hair in return. What excuse do you have? This is all because you never once spared a thought for Mei.
考えたさ。
You liar! Even though your little sister was being tricked by some strange guy, you didn't do anything! You weren't worried at all!
したよ。心配した。
Then why? Why didn't you do anything?
そんなの決まってるだろ。
If it is, then let me hear it. If you've got an excuse, give it to me.
お前ならいいって思ったんだよ。
Hearing those words, my hand stopped. For a moment, I opened my eyes wide. And in that gap of time, Sunohara's fist came flying at me. A light flashes across my eyebrows, accompanied by a dull pain along the bridge of my nose. Ugh. I can tell I'm bleeding. I'd been on top of him, but while I'm reeling from his strike, he manages to tip me over backward.
お前こそ謝れよ。メイに謝れ。
He's on top of me now, though not completely. I put up my arms to guard myself, but he gets several punches past them.
なんでメイにここまでさせるんだよ。
Yeah, that's true. I would have intervened a lot sooner.
お前がメイを守ってやれよ。それがお前の役目だろ。
Why, you... Sunohara!
岡崎。
We spread a cloud of dust around us in our entanglement. Even as we plucked out each other's hair and drenched ourselves in each other's blood, we continued punching each other.
やめてください。やめてください。
Mei's voice rings out. We both breathe heavily, hearing her shouting as we glare at each other. This is a very sad sprite.
喧嘩しないでください。私はいいんです。悲しくなんかないんです。だって
Mei. She gets up unsteadily, her eyes still filled with tears. She repeatedly rubs the corners of her eyes, wipes her tears off her cheeks, and...
お兄ちゃん
She leaps into her brother's arms.
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん
How long has she been holding those back?
ごめんなさいごめんなさい
Mei sobs like a child. For a moment, Sunohara gazes at her dumbfoundedly. However, it was just for an instant.
メイ。
He gently embraces her, aww, and tenderly he strokes her head. Paint Shipper, thank you for the follow! I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your time. I look at them for a short while. Before long, I stand it back up. I'm covered in mud and there's blood splattered everywhere. It's a horrible sight. Tomorrow, the soccer team's gonna be like, oh, it's time for practice. What the heck is all this blood doing here? Oh, yeah. I fix my sandy, disheveled hair a bit. I'll need to take a shower once I get back. I'll also have to get my spare uniform out of my closet. Oh yeah, he's still in his school uniform. And what am I gonna eat for dinner? Well, maybe Culver's is open. These are the kinds of things I absentmindedly find myself thinking. I put my hands in my pockets and I turn to leave. After walking for a short while, I look back over my shoulder. I see the brother and sister holding each other tightly. Aww. I breathe out a single sigh. And once again, I slowly start walking.